Welcome to a brand new episode of the Real Life Podcast, a member of the Nation Network of podcasts and delivered by DoorDash.
Welcome to Real Life, everyone.
What is going on right now?
I think that I'm in love with Matthew Tkachuk.
Are you guys all drunk?
Welcome in, episode 399, brought to you by the HGA Group. Hope you all enjoyed Jay going right off the bat.
Was I doing that?
Yeah, right there.
Oh,
well, that's life.
I never know what I'm doing.
Shout out to the HGA Group, who we love very much. Here to make your business better. Check them out. They are on all the social medias for you to follow along, your social media platform of choice. Wanye, the intro says that you think you're in love with Matthew Tkachuk.
Now I'm really in love with Matthew Tkachuk. When I see the pain he's inflicted on the worst market in pro sports, I really love Matthew Tkachuk.
Well, I think if I'm a Flames fan, I'd probably be thanking Matthew Tkachuk because what he just turned into for that organization is actually pretty impressive.
That trade is so lopsided.
But they only have a year left, right? And they may still dip on the Flames. You never know.
They could.
If they dip, yes. If they dip, yes. But they get a first round pick. Both dip, yes.
Well, and a prospect. So that trade for me is so lopsided in the Flames' favor. I don't even get it from a Florida perspective.
Well, they just knew they weren't re-signing either.
But and that's fine. But to send off both part of that trade?
I know. Huberdeau should have been enough.
Huberdeau should have been enough. Weeger could have potentially been enough.
You're trading 2 years of Tkachuk. Well, once again, he signed for 8, but RFA years for the 1 year of Huberdeau.
And 1 more year of Huberdeau on a value deal that Florida gave up.
Value deal.
On a year they're trying to win a cup.
I hate to say this. If Calgary...
Flames fleeced him.
They fleeced him. And if they make another signing, they might be better than they were this year, which is shocking. If you told me that was going to happen 4 days ago, I would tell you you're a damn idiot.
But if I'm a Flames fan, I'm still pissed at Matthew Tkachuk. Not the fact they got a reasonable return for him. He had the opportunity to step in with Gaudreau leaving like a rat at night and be the face of the franchise.
And he didn't want to be.
Yeah, well, at least
that's crazy. So I'm not going to forgive him as a Flames fan. Even though if I was a Flames fan, I wouldn't be a Flames fan because that's a terrible decision.
But at least he told them well in advance, so it allowed him to make a maneuver like this, so they didn't get fully Gaudreau'd.
And the other thing too, we talked about if Huberdeau and Weeger leave, blah, blah, blah. But let's say you're out of it at the deadline and you're like, hey, these guys aren't coming back. What are you getting for Huberdeau as a rental at the deadline? 2 firsts and an A-level prospect?
Yeah.
2 firsts for the deadline?
And what are you getting? Oh, yeah. He's legit. He's a star. And what are you getting for Weeger at the deadline? A first, a prospect, and probably another pick?
Yeah.
So even if this all falls apart and you need to
3
rebuild,
firsters?
You're at the end of this deal walking out of it with probably 4 first-round picks out of the Matthew Tkachuk trade and 2 high-end prospects and a couple other assets you've picked up.
That's why I don't get it from Florida's perspective at all. It's just they got absolutely fleeced in this trade. Yeah. 100%. I don't care about the UFA thing and they could both leave. They got fleeced on the trade. It's
a straight fleecing. I was shocked.
When I saw Frank's tweet on Friday night, I thought it was one of those ones where it was actually, if I looked at the account name, it was going to be like Frank Serval.
Dr. Serval.
Like you know what I mean?
Like the L's or I's or something like that.
It was so lopsided.
Well, the minute I saw it, I said, and Chalmers, you're with me. I don't know if you're right. I was just it's Huberdeau. Huberdeau's part of this because I knew he had 1 year left, but I didn't think it was going to be plus.
It does make sense.
Well, we were shocked, mostly because what had happened after Gaudreau left and Tkachuk was in limbo, we were laughing at the Calgary Flames, absolutely laughing at them, thinking that it was a dumpster fire, thinking that they were falling all apart. And then when you looked at your phone and said what they got for Matthew Tkachuk, it all changed. It was a complete 180. And we were like, my God, they got a superstar. They got Mackenzie Weeger, who's a good defenseman, had a tough playoffs, but it is what it is. But then to get that first also kicked in, we were just these guys that's unbelievable. First. That just brought them right back.
It's conditional first, probably to re-signing one of them or whatever, or both of them.
So good job by them.
Oh yeah, it's insane. I'm pissed.
You don't see deals this lopsided very often.
So
which means
generally the Oilers
to them,
are
it can't be that lopsided. There's got to be something that everybody's missing.
Well, this is Calgary's GMing here. We need a GM too because we're not done. And I am catching so much fucking abuse, but I don't give a shit. I
saw your take.
I am not stopping. If anyone who thinks our decor right now is enough to beat the Colorado Avalanche, you're insane.
It's not.
So it's do whatever it takes to improve where we need improvement the most to be able to try to take a run at those guys, or we ain't getting out of the West. And I don't know about you guys, but I would love for us to try to win a Stanley Cup. So if anyone thinks what we have is fine and not making any big moves is needed, then
well, you said that it was about time we started getting rid of some of these prospects, which it's like
everything's on the table.
Yeah,
everything's on the table.
It's like fantasy football, sitting there with a whole bunch of prospects that do nothing for you right now and having the best QB in the league or the best running back in the league, and not trying to win now and sell your future. You're staying on the line and it doesn't work. Like you never progress forward with that way of thinking. If you have this 3 years with these two players and you have some guys in the hopper that, you think are going to be superstars, if not now, then you're going to always be middle of the road. You're just going to continue to kick the can down the road.
Hey, Chalmers.
What?
How about that Kyler Murray?
Oh my God. Second highest QB in the league right now.
Small hands.
My God.
Just a monster.
What's the situation? I'm not paying attention.
Well, he got like 250 million for 4 years. 235 for 4. He's electric.
Good
though. I
gravy.
mean, it wasn't like the Deshaun Watson deal where he gets all
Dare you
his guaranteed
sidetrack
money.
our hockey content here,
man.
Bag Milk.
Well, you brought up football.
But it's exciting.
Did he?
You did.
Oh, he did a bigger reference.
As an Arizona Cardinal fan, I am excited because you need one of these exciting players. He's electric for ticket sales, for just giving you the opportunity.
But I have to sell some tickets.
I worry about his
that.
leadership. The guy's just a young, immature little brat.
Mm-hmm. Small hands too.
As an Edmonton Oilers fan, going off your guys' rant about needing to trade every prospect that you have.
Not every. You need.
That's not what we said.
You need entry-level contracts on the roster. But I'm saying everything is on the table.
If one of them has value, if a Holloway or a Broberg, one of these guys has value right now, they're not all going to pan out. So
I know.
Try to figure out which one that you need the most going forward and deal the other ones.
I look at the Tampa Bay Lightning model. And that's who you're probably trying to model yourself after.
Mm-hmm.
And, it took a long time after they drafted Hedman and Stamkos.
They got their core.
But their core came so much later in the process. It was Braden Point was a second round pick. Kucherov was a late first round pick. And if they would have in every year with Stamkos and Hedman just been like, we got to go all in.
Yeah, but they were a two-headed monster.
Yeah.
At that point, you need 3 or 4 pieces.
And
to have a core to then start doing this stuff. So what do we have? We have McDavid, Draisaitl. Now you can argue Kane. We don't have any. We don't. Sure, we got Nurse to a cornerstone contract, but he's not a cornerstone defenseman.
I think you need to look at pieces like Bouchard, Broberg, Holloway, Bourgault. Maybe Yamamoto and McLeod to a lesser extent, but those 4 I just rattled off as pieces who will be just beyond impactful for you. You need to keep those as bets you've made because you need that next wave of a supporting cast as well.
But we have 3 years and our 3 year starts now.
And I think Holloway, Bourgault, Broberg, and obviously Bouchard are going to contribute in that.
So window. You have to give up one of those 4.
I don't think you do. I think
you have to give up to make the trades that we need to start the momentum and to be as good as we need to be for these 3 years. You got to part with at least one of those guys.
What kind of player do you see Holloway being in the future?
He can be good.
But what do you see?
Fast,
like comparables?
I don't know.
First player that comes to mind.
Josh Anderson.
Okay, gone. Bye. We don't need forwards. We need defensemen. In the long run, it's easier to find forwards like that who are, think about, I know
it's
that
not
it's
okay, but if
anomaly how we got
we need
Kane,
defense.
But
yeah, I know.
We need defense. We are so
stocked
on forward right now. Our defense are not good enough.
A guy like Bouchard, I know that a lot of people see flaws in his defensive game, but he's a guy that maybe in like 2 or 3 years could be like a real 26, 28 minute a night guy who he will never be a 20 minute guy. I think he can too. I don't know.
You have to give these guys time to figure out the defensive side.
Yeah. So this is what we do with Bouchard. This is what we do with Bouchard.
I've had arguments with friends of mine who say his defensive awareness in his own zone is awful. And the first thing I think about when I saw him play was how calm he looked back there with the puck. And so we don't agree with that vision of him.
I'm willing to work with, I'm willing to keep Bouchard. Okay. So you trade Barry, you can't have both of them.
It doesn't make a lot of sense.
So that we can agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
So I would, if you can get rid of Barry and convert that contract into Chychrun, which is $1 for $1 almost. Okay. It is almost $1 for $1. I know there's an acquisition cost to that. Yeah. Bouchard, I would extend now. I wouldn't wait another year. Try to see if we can get some kind of haircut. Mm-hmm. He'll get elevated to PP1. Sign him to like a 3-5, whatever year deal, and you can give him a try. But he's got to be in the third pair for a while. He's not your minute muncher yet. He's got a long way to go.
No, but this will be a big step year for him.
But you can't bank on that. That's the thing. It's got to be a bone.
You can't bank on anything.
You can bank on you can bank on known quantities. If you add Jacob Chychrun to your blue line, you have just bolstered your blue line.
Your deal for Chychrun didn't involve Bouchard.
I said one of Barry or Bouchard, and then I got isolated to just Bouchard. Then I got roasted on social.
You'd be crazy to not make it Barry.
Of course, you can bank on all sorts of shit. You can bank on Bouchard showing up to camp with a slightly wonky eye. Mm-hmm. So you can bank on plenty of shit on this D.
I'm fine not to write off Bouchard, but the thing he's going to be if he's a 28-minute player, it's not going to be for a while, and we have a 3-year window now.
What did he average last year?
I don't know.
You're on. I thought you were on it right there.
Yeah, but the thing is, anything he played is he's playing way ahead of where he needs to be. Or he's getting minorly Justin Schultzed or Petrie or whatever.
So he's 18,
so he needs time. So you got to bury him on back in the third. So you get rid of Barry and open up that cap space.
Bouchard averaged just a shade under 20 minutes.
Okay, and that's 16 to 20. Nice. You move Kulak to the right. You go get Chychrun.
I've never seen somebody so in love with Chychrun before. You bring it up.
Only Chychrun's parents like him.
Only thing.
Anybody.
It's because he's available. It's because it is known to the world that he's available.
Okay.
Right.
But so if he's so available and he's so coveted the way you make it seem like he is, why is he still not?
No one's willing to pay the price that Arizona set on him yet.
What's the price?
It might be 4 pieces. Truck level.
Yeah. It's 4 pieces right now. Maybe you can do a deal where it's only 3. I don't know. But I'm saying that's why no one's willing to pay the price just yet. So one of two things the buyer has to budge, or the seller has to budge, or there has to be a mutual budge. So that's why Chychrun's still sitting there on the market. Then you have to try to open up cap space and bring in Calvin DeHaan. And you add those 2 pieces to our blue line, and you push Bouchard back to the third pair. Now you've insulated him so he can learn and develop and hopefully be the defenseman you all think he can be in the next year, 2, 3 years, whatever it takes. But just leverage his offensive tools right now, which we need desperately. And I know there's going to be an acquisition cost, but you do that, then we have totally overhauled our blue line. Totally overhauled our blue line. And that's what we need to do. Because Jack Campbell just signed a $5 million contract. He doesn't have the best defensive core in front of him, and everyone knows that. So you're creating a recipe for a shitty situation, and that's going to just create more pressure because maybe he's going to be letting in more goals than what we think he should.
Yeah, he lets in 3 or 4 a game. I think we still win.
That aren't his fault
with our offense.
I just think of it
in the regular season, we'll be juggernauts.
I think you're holding your breath for something that just probably won't happen.
I just saw Matthew Tkachuk get traded for 4 pieces.
Yeah.
Anything is fucking possible.
Matthew Tkachuk had 42 goals this year. He had 100 points.
Okay. They just got
Huberdeau was right there. I get what you're saying.
They got a top pairing defenseman and the second or third leading scorer in the league back for him.
But that's so fucked.
I know.
No, it's fine.
So I'm not saying we have to go get some crazy, get your goddamn foot off my court. Thank you. That was getting very annoying.
Yeah. Well, it's because you keep moving the goddamn mic around.
Well, it's because but that's the whole thing. We got to improve our defense. The Colorado Avalanche are in our conference,
but
they're not going away.
I don't see where. Yeah, okay.
I think Colorado got worse this summer, pretty significantly.
Maybe up front, not defensively.
Goaltending.
They've got an embarrassment. They don't, but their defense is so good they can have Darcy Kemper. They're fine in goal. Niemi won the Blackhawks a cup because who was playing in front of them on the blue line?
Yeah, that's good.
You can get ahead. You can get away with that.
But they lost Kadri and they didn't.
So let's set up Jack Campbell for success, so he can be a $5 million goalie. And that way, when our D do take a night off, he can steal a game for us, not having to steal a game every night.
I'll be very interested to see what kind of step Bouchard takes early in the season this year.
But you can't rely on it.
I'm not saying I'm
you want
relying
it to
on
be
it.
a
I'm saying
bonus.
that it is a bonus.
You want it to be those all have to be gravy. They can't be relied on.
This all started with us talking about taking prospects that we have that we normally would wait to see if we could develop them.
Mm-hmm.
And this is switching them up for somebody who's established now in order to win now. Because like you said,
that's
we've got
what we have
3
to do.
years.
We have to win now.
3 years. So I don't want to fucking see all these guys sitting in, like in the bench, in the press box that are young and have, our prospects. I don't want to see them around here like doing nothing for us when we could just trade them up for something that can happen.
Like, we can't
right
trade
now.
them all. You need to have some people coming up because you need
my
that.
first
But
reaction
I'm just
is
saying
if you
that
have 2 defensemen and 2 forwards that are prospects for you, you got to covet the defensemen a little bit more than the forwards because they're easier to get later.
You might need to use a D to get a D though. That's sometimes the logic.
Yeah.
If the
Why are you yelling at each other? It's not like if you convince each other the trade goes through. Jesus.
This is like the one thing that I hate
You
doing.
son of a bitch, you're sabotaging our defense.
Yelling
But
about
I'm not-
Oilers trades in July.
And Dr. Cervalli has said that he still thinks the Oilers have something up their sleeve. And I'm just hoping like that, like it's making a big splash on the blue line. Cause like we need that.
Yeah.
We need that.
When do these moves usually end? When do we stop wondering if they're going to do something kind of right now, eh? Like when does training camp start?
It's either now or it'll be like in November. There'll be like no like in between.
Right.
I say that and I'll be wrong, but
there's not really a lot else out there in terms of D-men. I'm still all on board if they can find a way to swap Barry for Susie. I think that makes your blue line a lot better.
We got a Susie.
You want to have a Susie and a Cece?
Exactly.
And he's a
It's
right
too
shot.
fucking complicated.
Susie's right shot.
You're gonna give Michaels a
left
stroke.
side, though.
He's right shot, plays left side.
He's a left shot. Sorry.
Oh.
He's a left shot that can play the right side if you need him to. I think. And he's cheaper.
Is
So,
it good that we're not like normally social media and you just get like some off season? Hey, it's Connor. I'm here in Muskoka having some fun. And like you see him and Leon like hanging out in Banff. Oh my gosh, we're in Banff hanging out. Is it kind of good that we're not seeing any of this? Are they focused or are they
Who was
really
Leon
boozing?
with recently? There was a photo I saw.
Harrison Cates.
Yeah,
Harrison
Leon's a
Cates.
Celeste. He was with Harrison Cates.
Connor's at Zach Hyman's golf tournament today.
Yeah, very good.
Is. And you said he got asked a very awkward question.
The one about Jack Campbell?
No, that was good. So you said some reporter was like, do you know the...
Oh yeah, just the history behind why Zach Hyman wears number 18.
And
Connor just didn't know.
Yeah, it was very...
What is the reason?
Something to do... There's like Jewish significance behind it. Like it's a heritage thing for him.
Crying out loud.
And like,
how's Connor supposed to know that?
Bagmilk was saying like Connor just got put on the spot in the interview being like, I'm
He's
sorry.
like, no, I don't know.
They're trying to
That's
trap him.
his favorite child.
It was Eastern media trying to trap Connor, make him look bad.
Mm-hmm. Eastern media. I saw Hyman was golfing with Elliot Friedman though.
Yeah.
I wonder what Elliot's game is like. Probably very Frank Saravelli-esque.
Oh, shots fired.
Insider's
Over the
joke. What's Frank Saravelli's game like?
He's okay. Yeah, I think he's like a 10 or 12 handicap or something, Frank.
Really?
Yeah.
Looking forward to the Nation Golf Tournament.
Yeah.
How's that whole thing
Did you
shaping
put
up?
together another team, Tyler?
Great segue.
Great segue.
That was a great segue. So we're working on our Oilers Nation Open Mosaic teams. And right now we are sitting with 4, 7, 8, 9 confirmed. Yeah, 9 confirmed.
What
So we need
exactly
3 more.
is a Mosaic team?
So it's basically,
It's a potpourri.
to sign up
Oh, a little
for the
potpourri.
Oilers Nation Open. If you go to nationgear.ca,
Yeah.
it's $1,000 for a foursome. But
Yep.
the guy who got this started was our boy Scott, who's a podcast listener.
He's just like, I want to play.
He wants to play, but he's like, I can't fill out a team of 4. Can I just pay $250 instead of $1,000 and have my spot? And that kickstarted the Mosaic team, where now we have.
We're just bringing singles together, Chalmers.
Scott's
That's
in.
right.
Awesome.
Colin Baker's bringing a friend. Ryan Scott is in. Our boy Bradley Bay is in. Caden's in. He's bringing a friend. Ryan Spotkowski's in. He's bringing a friend.
That's my neighbor.
It's your neighbor.
Shout out Ryan.
So, but now we're at like a bit of an awkward number because we have the first foursome is filled out. Ryan, Colin, Colin's friend, and Scott. The second group is Bradley, Caden, and Caden's friend. But we need one more for them. And then it's the 2 Ryan spots, they need 2 to play with. So I put out the call today to fill out these last couple of teams here. And it was met pretty well. So I think we actually might fill out teams 2 and 3 and potentially start on a 4th team. So slide into my DMs or email me, Tyler@OilersNation.com.
That's wicked. I love it.
I love that.
That's what the nation's all about.
Yep. It's great.
Hence the mosaic teams, Chalmers.
The mosaic. It's very pretty.
I do like it.
We should give them t-shirts.
And I was
I
talking.
thought it may be sponsored by somebody called Mosaic something.
Mosaic Potash in Saskatchewan.
Ooh.
Huge sponsorship deal.
Jeez, it's 8 figures.
And I was talking to Bradley, and he mentioned, he was like, hey, can you get me, I think it was Bradley who said this, can you give me the names of the guys I'm golfing with? Maybe we can coordinate some fun outfits.
That's how you do it.
If you want to be in the party trio, that trio might be.
Just give them all each other's contact infos and they can come up with some fun ideas.
Should we have a team outfit? Are there
Not
friends?
rompers. I don't think I can golf in that.
Oh, we should all wear
pants.
rompers.
Split the pants
Well,
hard.
does your mother-in-law have that kind of time?
Was she hat? I don't know. I'm not speaking for her anymore.
All right.
Well, is it time for the weekly segment called Jay and Chris at the Riverhawks game? We went to another Riverhawks game on Saturday.
How was it?
Unbelievable.
I think I'm going tomorrow.
The one, remember the one that I saw you guys at? It was just, the sun was beating down. It was the middle of the day. It was super hot. Well, totally different environment. This is, 7:00 game on a Saturday night. It's a little cooler. It's under the lights for the end of it. It was, so it's the best of both worlds we get.
The bats were big.
The bats were big, lots of big hits. The Riverhawks came in hard, but we sat in the Oilers Nation box this time, and it is right behind the dugout. And if you don't know Remax Field, they've got a net that is very high to protect from foul balls. It's kind of a buzzkill because you want to catch foul balls, but at the same time, it probably saves some people from injury. My son will not sit down in the box. He's just all over the place.
Dancing.
Oh, he was up on the dugout dancing. I mean, he's a party. He's a definite vibe. But I just said to him, I'm like, you know what? It's first inning. Like, are you going to stand the whole time? And he goes, I got to catch a foul ball, Dad. And I go, son, let's look around and let's just analyze how this is going to happen. Because there is a 50-foot wall of net in front of us. And the only opening that this thing could possibly happen is like a 20-foot section of air. And in order for that ball to go straight up and down, a dude has got to hit it in one of the most wildest ways you've ever seen. I'm like, it's very unlikely. And he's like, oh, okay. I'm like, sorry not to break your heart, but we are next to the dugout. Maybe start
third baseline.
Start chirping with the players, and like good, like saying good stuff, and maybe they'll throw you a ball. And he goes, okay. So they decide we'd like to go tour the stadium for like 5 minutes. And my one friend goes, there is a possibility we could get a foul ball if one gets hit, fumbled in the section above us, and it falls down into us. And I'm like, that is just a long shot. Don't give this kid any hope. Kids leave. As the door closes, there's a crack of the bat, and we look up, and this thing is right above us, and it is coming down on us.
What a story!
And it hits.
No, that's the second one.
No, this is the first one.
The first one landed behind us. And
No. This is the first. This is the first one. I'm telling you the story of the first one.
You're saying it's coming down on us, though.
No, but I'm thinking it's coming down on us, but this thing lands about 6 rows in the stands behind us. Somebody with some bad hands knocks it down, hits the net right in front of us, and basically lands on our friend's lap. So we got us a foul ball.
Nice.
While the kids were gone.
Oh, yeah.
And I was just like, oh my God, my son is going to kill me.
And because he got it, he gave it to his kid.
So and because the kids were gone, there's kids in the box right next to us,
Yeah,
just eyeing this guy up like,
giving him the stink
are you going to give us the ball? Are you going to be the adult that doesn't give us the ball?
He's like, I have kids. I swear I have kids.
Like, we have kids. They're coming right back. So anyways, the kids come back. They're super pumped. The one is that he got a foul ball, but the rest are devastated. But the Riverhawks, being the ever great team they are to kids, they noticed, we talked, they saw the kids dancing. They got into the dancing with the kids. All the kids ended up with the ball. It was pretty sweet.
Nice.
So then after the game, they go onto the field, and you can get autographs from the players. They come on out. But today is like baseball card day. So they're signing baseball cards. They're giving them to everybody, but the kids still got their baseballs all signed. So we're out there for quite a while. Me and Jay are taking pictures by the Oodle Noodle sign in right field. And we're going into the bar and we're having drinks and we're having a good time. And we're kind of the last, group of people out there. And I start walking over to my son, and a guy's walking towards him with a baseball bat.
Oh,
he saw my son. He saw my son's vibes. My son was just all over them. Like, I love you guys. I'm trying to get everybody's signatures. He goes, hey, are you going to be here for like a little bit? And my wife's like, no, we got to go. And he goes, okay, well, just wait here 1 second. And he ran and got him a bat.
Wow.
Number 8. I can't remember. I saw
Decent
his
play.
Number 8. He got him a bat. Great kid. Made my kid's night. It's a Marucci. So I don't know if you guys know about Marucci bats, but they are not cheap. A nice black wooden Marucci bat. So my kids left fucking absolutely sky high. And it was just another example of how the Riverhawks is the only thing to do in July in Edmonton. I loved it, man. It was
K-Days, buddy. K-Days started.
K-Days. Can't wait
The
for K-Days.
Esks, the Elks, rather.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it was good. It was good. So there wraps up. Jay and Chris, go to the Riverhawks game.
We did.
I'm looking at the Riverhawks official roster, and I do not see a number 8.
Yeah, I also don't see
Let me see the names.
Maybe he was a ghost.
Here, I can get it really.
Your wife said his name in her post.
Set it up. Yeah. Well, I'll get it, but yeah, no, I mean,
Just want to give credit where credit's due here.
Yeah.
oh, of course.
That's a kind gesture.
Yeah.
The guy, I mean, it's just like when you see these kids running around and they are just on cloud 9. This boy's name is, oh my God, this is taking too long. Matt Mastriangelo. Matt Mastriangelo from Arizona. Good looking kid.
Made a young man's day.
Yeah, made a young man's day.
I like it.
Yeah, they do it right out there.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways,
Yeah, I think I might be
what did you
going
guys get
live.
up to this weekend? Anything fun?
I went to Taste Edmonton. I hadn't gone in a couple of years. That was nice.
Yeah,
I ate way too much.
kind of feel like it's
Oh, you
back to
should.
normal up there.
It was, yeah. It was,
Can you drink everywhere now? Like everything's
Ooh,
kind
good
of
question. I
progressing
don't
to
know.
drinking everywhere.
you know what? Based on the lay of the land, I would assume yes, but I was drinking in the appropriate section.
Yeah, as you should. I mean, as you could. But Folk Fest this year, I've heard that Folk Fest is not only going to be drinking in the beer gardens now, but you can actually take your drinks
I
out
heard it's wide open.
of Folk Fest, and now the
Which
whole
is
place
good.
will
Beer
be
gardens,
licensed.
I like beer gardens is a fun social event. Like within
The
Folk
entry
Fest.
line is impossible.
Entry line can be too long.
Two line,
but
bathroom
it's
lines
also
are too
like
long.
then you get kind of caught up in being in the beer gardens,
miss the
and then you
shows.
miss the shows.
Yeah, and then you can't take a drink out with you to go watch. You want to go.
You're hemmed in.
Yeah, you want to go watch like the last two acts of the night, and you don't want to be going back to the beer garden for a beer in between it. So you can take a couple.
Yeah,
It's a good idea.
I'm excited.
Everywhere should be licensed.
I'm excited for this year's Folk Fest. It's been a few years.
That's how I felt about Taste Edmonton. It had been a couple of years since I'd been there. I just went. It was nice to walk around. Eat way too much.
What's a notable thing you ate there?
They had a
What was the best?
whole line of food trucks this year.
Yeah.
Down on, I don't remember what road that is off the top of my head, but it was great. I had some really good gelatos and pastries and all kinds.
I don't know if we're talking. We're giving out names, but there is a food truck that is street tacos, Mexican street
I
tacos.
had so many.
Please say it. I don't care.
El
Pump
Miro
'em up,
Miro.
bro. What are you talking about?
El
Think we have
Miro
a
Miro,
Mexican
and they
food
just
truck sponsor?
yeah. So it was a food truck. It started as a food truck, and this food truck was everywhere. And whenever it was there, it was so good and so the lineups were so long, and they just got themselves a restaurant now,
There was a couple of
from the food truck.
Yeah,
really
I've heard about
solid
that.
taco
Where's
spots.
the restaurant? Isn't it downtown?
I think it's closer to
West End.
the West End, like
West End.
159th
Yeah, yeah,
Street
yeah.
around there.
Yeah.
El Miro Miro tacos,
My
man.
sister
Some of
was
the
hyping this place up to me the other day because I was like, I'm craving Mexican. And
It
she's like,
is 122nd Avenue and 156th Street.
yeah, some of the best fish tacos I've had. They've got a nice
22nd
pescado, which is no, pescado is the fish one, but then they have one that's it's got pork with pineapples in it. Whew. And mangoes.
Hey, dang near the white or the yellowhead.
maybe one day they'll be available on DoorDash. I don't know. Maybe they
I'm
are
sure.
already.
Well,
I'm
they're
sure.
doing big things. They just got themselves a restaurant.
So if you're
Absolutely.
craving a little Mexican and you don't want to leave the house, maybe you order, what's the name again?
El Miro Miro.
El Miro Miro.
On DoorDash. Ding dong. Shout out to our friends at DoorDash. And if you're not in the mood for that, maybe you just get some oodle noodle. Keep it classy.
Absolutely.
You can go to elmiromiro.com too, and you can find out where they're going to be. They put all their future locations, their future.
You know a lot about these
Yeah, sounds to
guys.
me like you
I
work
had
for
to
El
go,
Miro Miro.
buddy. I just loved it so much the first time I got it, and one day I was
Do you know what Miro Miro stands for?
no.
Oh, shame on me.
Honky.
No, but I found out they were in the Collingwood farmers market one day, and me and my sons went and stocked up on about $60 worth of tacos, ate them for the rest of the day.
The one and only El Miro Miro.
El Miro Miro, the one and only.
The one and only.
Is that what it stands for?
According
See.
to Google Translate, yes.
Stands for. Geez.
It's a great name.
Yeah.
And you know what? I really like Mexican artwork where it's like the skulls with all the
Very colorful.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what it's called. but it's,
I like going to El Cortez. Like if you go down into the basement, like just how it looks all cool down
just
there.
love that artwork for some reason. It's just so cool. Anyways,
are you Chalm in on El Miro?
I am Chalm in on El Miro. Best of the weekend. My best of the weekend was the Riverhawks game, and I am Chalm in on Miro. There's just a couple segments, man. We could keep this. We could have like a real structure to this thing if we tried.
Yeah, if you would show up for more than 1 in 60.
Yeah, exactly. I know. It's pretty rich that the guy that doesn't come for
the segment and then disappears. That's when you know he's leaving for a long stretch of time.
Suggests 12 segments, then doesn't come back for 4 months.
I know.
Were you here for either of the two that I was gone for?
No.
No. Wow, so who was on? Because you were gone for one too, right?
Liam came for one.
Wasn't there one that was just Liam, Bag, Milk, and Wanya?
Yeah.
Yeah,
we had a good time. That's what we found out. Liam is the head scout of the Sherwood Park Crusaders.
Yeah,
is that why there's a Sherwood Park Crusaders truck outside?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Okay, cool. I thought I'm like, oh my gosh.
Head scout Chalmers. Think about that.
The head scout for them. So
I
you
told
must watch
Liam
a lot of
racist against him because he has a British accent. I didn't think he knew anything about hockey.
I don't think
it really is quite the story that like he moved here when he was like 12 or whatever, and now he's like,
it's unbelievable.
Fully works in hockey.
Find another Liam. You can't.
What did he know about hockey when he got here?
Nothing.
Not a lot.
Well, that's pretty good.
Skaters,
and now he scouts.
And his dad's like a diehard fan too now.
Head scout.
Head scout.
So
he looks at the kids and goes, "Do it."
Is that a lot of travel then for him in the season?
Yeah, quite a bit. That's why he's got the vehicle.
I mean, we could ask him.
Liam,
get in here.
Head scout for the Sherwood Park Crusaders. I wonder what a paycheck like that looks like.
It's monster.
How dare you make this?
He
about
must
money?
be so rich.
Just ask him for his.
ask
him for his banking info and just sign right into his account.
Do you see how much he spends on bananas?
No, what is
gotta
it?
be making some
Oh, you
bank.
big banana guy? Hey, come here, Liam.
We need you.
We need to talk to you for a second about something. You came here at 12
How
years
much money do you
old
make?
and you didn't know a thing about really hockey, and now you're the head scout for the Sherwood Park Crusaders. Wow. So this again. Oh, why? Did you already do this?
He says this again.
Didn't you guys just do this on an episode?
Oh, my life again. Hey, what's up with that?
Third straight episode?
Well,
we don't care.
We were just making fun
care.
of the fact you were a scout last time.
So what do you have to go look for? Like what league do you go and watch the most? Midget?
Yeah, U18.
U18.
Yeah, like Alberta, or there's the what are they called? Like the club teams,
like CAC, Maple Leafs, KC, Southside,
NAX, OHA.
And so do you go to a lot of like Super League? Like, is there Super League for midget?
Yeah, it's called CSSHL.
Wow. And how far do you have to travel? What's the furthest you've had to travel?
I've just gone to Calgary.
No.
That's about it.
Do you hang out with them? Try to see what they're like off the ice?
Never. I don't really hang out with anyone younger than 18.
Oh, I guess they would all be younger than 18.
You stick to that rule, Liam. You stick to that rule. Good.
Yeah, you'll be
showing up at their hotels and being like, "Hey guys, want to hang out?" Well, all right.
Good rule of thumb.
Good rule of thumb.
We're also.
Do you know what rule of thumb means?
Chalmers also. No, do not talk about that.
Okay.
We're not talking about that.
Chalmers wants to know how much you make being the head scout too.
Yeah. What does a paycheck look like to be the head scout of this?
Do not tell him.
Sherwood Park
Do not
Crusaders.
tell him. Do not tell
Or
him.
inflate the
Well,
total.
why would you tell him? Why would you tell him I want to know?
Equate it to a volume of bananas.
Yeah.
How many bananas do you earn?
It's a volunteer job.
Wow. So zero bananas. So you ain't got no bananas.
I
You got no bananas.
Those are out of pocket
today. Have you
bananas.
heard that song?
Owen Wilson. Wow.
That song's from around the same part of where the rule of thumb came from.
We are also trying to get Liam up to 1,000 followers on Twitter. He's at 817 right now. At Liam Horrobin, HORROBIN.
Will it feel like a life-changing milestone for you?
It'll be big. I think I started
Liam
at 400
Horrobin.
when I joined.
He's
the company.
Horrobin at cashing checks from the Crusaders. You know what I'm saying?
That's good. That's good.
Volunteering, huh? Yeah, for
But he gets to drive around in the Sherwood Park.
yeah,
Crusaders
I mean, free car. So
You've seen the price of gas? That's
yeah, and they pay,
gas is paid for.
they pay for all that. Well,
I got like half it paid for.
okay.
So
pretty good.
looks pretty good.
I mean, you don't use the truck for full Sherwood Park Crusaders.
Yes,
so I
he
understand the
does.
deal.
Just in case they're listening.
Yes, CRA.
Well,
Jesus.
yes, yeah. Oh, you have two cars? Well, looks like he doesn't need the money then.
He does have two cars, yes.
One of
very
them doesn't
nice.
work.
One of the
That's right. So let's go.
oh boy. All right.
If you're listening to this and you're in the market for a new vehicle and you make Head Scout money, may I suggest checking out our friends at Alfa Romeo of Edmonton.
They love Head Scout money.
Yeah. Yep.
Or even if you don't, Alfa Romeo's got something for everybody. Dealership over
Head
on
Scout
the West
edition.
End. Yeah, Head Scout edition of every vehicle on top of that too. So check them out. Dealership on the West
If
End.
you go to Alfa Romeo too and you tell them that Oilers Nation sent you,
Yeah.
they will, let's see, what will
Punch
they
you
do?
in the face.
They'll say who?
They'll throw in free
Mhm.
oil changes for a year.
Oh, wow.
Nope, they won't. Nope. They
Tell
absolutely
them Chris sent you.
Don't. Hey, you don't
tell
get if you
Chalmers
don't
sent
ask.
you.
You
Actually,
don't get if you
ask
don't
for it.
ask. Yeah, ask for it.
And
they'll likely say yes.
Most people do.
That's how it works.
That's why I was trying to think of something that, of course, you were going to get.
Alfa Romeo, if you're listening, just wrap up all those oil changes, bill them to Christopher Keith Holmes.
Well, and little do you know, those high-end engines and the synthetic oil and the crazy filters they have, you probably have to put 20,000 K on to get an oil change. So that statement actually is true.
No, that's fair. Okay. Anyway, shout out to Alfa Romeo. I don't know if you guys saw this from earlier today. I want to give some love to Dustin Nielsen and Lieutenant Eric, who for years
they willed it back.
They have been on A&W to bring back the whistle dog.
I don't even know what that is.
It's the hot dog that A&W used to sell. All right.
Yeah, they are delicious. They've been on this for months.
Years, man. Like since I worked there. And granted,
Years
I've only
even?
been gone a year. They've been on it for so long.
Why is it called the whistle dog?
So did A&W bring it back solely because of that?
Yeah. So ready, Kale, here, I'll tweet this out too. Like the dude was at the TSN 1260 studios today to like surprise Dusty and Eric with their thing.
The whistle dog is back.
So like the guy from the commercial?
Yeah, the guy from the commercial he's
great.
in Edmonton right
That's
now.
so
Go
good.
find him.
The mustache guy?
Like the
No,
little
wait,
bald guy.
Imagine the things we could do with Arby's.
Oh, come on.
So anyway, I just think it's really neat. Like,
Oh, it's
Lieutenant
amazing.
Eric, and to have the guy from the commercial in their studio to be like, I brought these back for you guys and all that was awesome. So I wanted to ask you guys, defunct fast food item that is gone that you want back.
We're bringing back Fuddruckers.
Oh, well, that's not fast food, though.
No, I'm
That's
talking about like a menu item from somewhere.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Pizza?
I never liked the
Shaker
McPizza.
fries?
What was the burger at McDonald's that came
Large
disassembled?
deluxe. Oh.
What?
There was like the
McDLT.
McBLT. DLT or B?
McDLT.
McDLT.
What was the D for?
Do it your fucking
You don't want to know.
That's what she said.
Well, a defunct?
I'm not saying I was too young to, I didn't have the evolved palate for that, but I just remember it. I'm trying to think.
Nothing's really
When
gone that
when we first started
liked.
driving, me and my buddy used to go to A&W drive-thrus, and then they'd be like, "What do you want?" And we would whistle and bark for a whistle dog. And they'd be like, "What?" And we're 16. We're like, "This is the funniest thing that's ever happened in the history of time." Then they got rid of them, and we were like, I wonder if that's
How old
because
were
of
you
us.
when you
Whistle.
realized it wasn't funny at all?
16?
What about the Wendy's?
Shit. Come to one episode,
Can I get
at
a-
60 and lip off my dream as a 16-year-old. That was the funniest
Yeah,
joke.
that's the peak of comedy right there, Chalmers.
We were 16.
So did you get the dog or did you have to say
Of
it?
course we got the dog. You think we'd show up to an A&W and leave with nothing?
No, but did you have to actually say the words whistle dog or did they get what
Of course you did. They're not just going to search for somebody chirping and clapping in the line. What the fuck? Have you been to A&W?
Yeah, man. Every time I drive to Red Deer, I get it.
Oh man, that's
A&W is a
such
very good
question.
road trip food.
Oh, it's the best.
Oh,
AW
it's
is
the
like
only-
our number one road trip.
It's the only road trip.
A round of teen burgers, two onion rings, 2 fries, because not everybody likes onion rings. And a bunch of root
McDonald's at
beers.
one point sold something called the Mix Salad Shaker, which looks like a
I
salad.
remember it was in a cup and they could shake up the ingredients.
Yeah, it's totally exactly like that. We're
I
looking
want
at-
shaker
that's
fries.
what
I
we're
like
looking at.
I like
Remember
their
that?
breakfast as a kid too. Like you got the scrambled eggs,
Ooh,
the
the
pancakes.
That's where A&W is elite. Like all day breakfast with a slice of tomato. That's an impressive feat.
What about the Wendy's salad bar?
I got my answer. They don't make this anymore, at least not to my knowledge.
I'm really trying to think of what mine is.
I don't need it.
KFC used to do something called a chicken bowl. And it was
I got one.
It was a little plastic bowl, right?
Yep.
Mashed potatoes.
Yep.
popcorn chicken, gravy, corn, cheese on top.
Wow.
Unbelievable.
Sounds like Thanksgiving dinner.
That does sound amazing.
But all in one bowl, right? So you're just crushing it with a spoon. It was so good. And my friends would make fun of me all the fucking time for getting it. But it was awesome and I wish they kept it.
So KFC also has one of mine then that you just made me remember. It was the Snackwich. It was like a really small chicken sandwich.
It still exists, no?
They do not have a Snackwich
I love
anymore,
the
and they
Snack.
only have a crispy chicken sandwich. So you can't just go get like a small chicken sandwich. I love the Snackwich. Lots of mayo on there. Whew.
Huh. I'm really trying
I don't
to
really
think
remember
here.
any other
I've
ones.
never had a McRib. I would like.
I've always wanted a McRib. Just
Yeah.
I want to know what the hype is.
I don't think
I need
they're
to
that
know why
good.
assholes are following it around the country.
I bet you it's delicious.
It's
Probably is delicious.
Because I like ribs.
I'm sure it's okay. Well, we'll be talking a lot about ribs in August. Just you wait.
I can't wait.
There might be a.
I can't wait.
You guys getting a rib sponsor?
McDonald's.
If you ever show up to an episode in person, we might be. You might find out.
I'm here right now. Where's the
Stay
ribs
tuned.
at?
The McDonald's changed their chicken wrap deal a while ago. They used to do like a Chipotle snack wrap that was so good, and it's gone now.
So
You know
yeah,
what you
so
need to bring back, Jay? The 5 for 5.
Oh, 5 for $5.55.
We got to do it.
Thing is, though, they'd be sliders. The economics
fine.
of the game have changed.
That's fine. I'll
What I
take the
used to do when it was $5. This is Arby's 5 roast beef sandwiches for $5.55.
Oh my
This was my
Oh my God,
gateway.
you think that's coming back?
This was my gateway
That's
to
what I want.
Arby's. But this is what I would do as a kid. I would
You're
consolidate
disgusting.
and turn it into 2 sandwiches.
Oh, nice.
And they'd just be like real thick roast beef sandwiches.
Because that's what I did with the
look like
beef and
Yukon
cheddar. I
Jack.
took the top bun off and Big Mac'd it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what I did this weekend? Geez, we're talking a little faster. I got, because someone in hockey told me this is what their Big Mac or their McDonald's order is. I got a double cheeseburger, like a Mac.
Oh, that'd be tasty.
Wait, hold up.
Yeah.
Explain.
So you go up there and you say, double cheeseburger, please, like a Mac. And it comes with lettuce, Big Mac sauce, double patty. It's basically a
It's a bacon McDouble.
It's a sans middle bun Big Mac, essentially.
If you get him like when he ordered it, he said it was basically a McDouble like a Mac.
So
That's exactly what I said.
Big Mac, like a.
Well, you said it was a double cheeseburger. They don't have a double cheeseburger. They have a McDouble.
I'm a big fan of just ordering off the app because you can customize it. And I've long been on the adding shredded lettuce to my McDoubles. It's just very, very good. But making it like a Mac and getting that.
That's why
sauce
lettuce
is
belongs
smart.
on Don't Air, people. Jeez.
Like
Take it as the artist presents.
And because when you do that, I always feel like the burger's a little bit fresher too. I don't know. Sometimes I feel like I get a McDouble that's a little hotter, a little greasier.
Yeah, because they have to just make it right there, as opposed to like they have a pre-made one that they're just giving you.
I don't know if that's how McDonald's work anymore.
Oh, they make it all fresh?
I don't know.
I'll still
farm to fork.
Farm to fork.
Tyler tries. Make a McDonald's.
So the 1 year on McHappy Day, they usually have, like they do deals with media and you got to like go help out at the McDonald's. Like, hey, I'm at this McDonald's today working the drive-through. I can barely keep up with that. Like the few times I work the drive-through, it's intense.
You can go with Waz to work at Oodle Noodle during the lunch rush.
Yeah, wait till the end. Your
He's
scope
burn
of
his
duties.
eyebrows off. What is he doing in there?
Well, we were thinking about our boy Chris, the intern, you see.
Yes. R.I.P. Just kidding.
Who we
As
need to
one
bring
does.
on to a summer episode. By the way.
And he used to go work at Oodle Noodle on 109th Street every now and then.
We were a bootstrap companies.
Sure.
So intern Chris would have to
so
do
we
lunch
wanna
rush
send-
at 109 Noodle work the till.
So we're going to send
Really?
Waz and now Tyler.
Okay, wait. So you'd just be sitting around the office doing hockey ton.
Like, oh God, it's 11:30.
Yeah. He would
time to
piece
go
out.
work
He'd
the
piece
till
out for
and-
because we needed help for literally 90 minutes. That's it.
And what would he do? Just work the register?
Yeah.
That's what intern means. Your MChuck.
Paid internship.
Yeah, paid internship.
And we're looking for more.
Also got some spring rolls as a thank you.
Are you guys looking for interns right now?
Why?
I thought that's what you just
Depends,
said.
maybe.
Looking for more.
Depends.
Are you applying?
No,
Do you want to be an intern?
no.
Kind of are.
Is your attendance
Kind
as
of M,
spotty
yeah.
as it
Kind
is
of
as a
M.
podcaster?
I know. Right when you said that, like
Christy.
Guess,
Yeah, but interns show up.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, well, he can't get fired at least.
That's
You'd
fair.
be a horrible intern. You'd tell everybody off, show up once a year.
But somehow stay.
One more thing about food, Tyler. You ever tried taco in a bag?
I just had one at Taste Edmonton the other day.
Chalmers,
they had taco in the bag at Taste of Edmonton.
Taco in the bag is now like a Western Canadian thing.
Okay. I didn't know. Okay, I didn't know because I didn't know.
Taco in a bag.
Southern Saskatchewan was where that idea was born. Guaranteed. Yes.
Yeah, I just had one at Taste Edmonton.
There was nothing better when you were a kid or when I was a kid and you'd go play in a ball tournament in like fucking Grand Prairie. Yeah. And the taco in the bags at the concession. Oh,
nothing's better than as a 37-year-old blogger walking around on a Saturday afternoon having a taco in a bag, Tyler.
So our U11 AA team is in provincials this weekend coming up. We're in Lloydminster. And it's going to be a hell of a weekend. I'll see if they have taco in a bag there.
Please send a picture.
Oh, they will. On the Saskatchewan side, they will.
Now, here's, I don't know. I shouldn't bitch about this, but the first time we went to Lloyd, we got not the nicest hotel, but it had 2 bars in it. 2 like lobby bars.
Giveaway on Yelp, you twit.
And then a water slide. And it was perfect. I loved it. I loved every minute of it. But we decided to go for the nicer hotel this time, which doesn't have a lobby bar and 1 water slide. And I'm like, what are we doing here?
Mm-hmm. I don't know.
I love dive hotels. Like they're the best.
Well, then you can just drive. I guess. Yeah, I get it. It does change it.
Kids can run around and play mini sticks and nobody cares.
Yeah.
Play baseball in the hallway, have 100-meter dash races.
There may be a noodle in Lloydminster at some point.
Driving back through my tour of British Columbia, had stayed the night in Valemont just because it was a nice halfway point. I was golfing the next morning in Jasper or whatever. Pulled in at 11 o'clock. So like, it's obviously dark and all that. Next morning, wake up at 5:20 to get driving to Jasper for my morning tea time. And we have like a back patio door. And I was like, oh, I should be parked. Like if I remember, I should be parked right there. So I grab my bags, whatever. I tell Amber, I'm like, go check out. I'm going to go out the patio door to the car. Open up the patio door, like half tired, half asleep.
No car.
No, open up the patio door. And obviously I just didn't clue in because I thought it was dark outside. That's why I couldn't see any like light coming in. I opened up the patio door. It just walks you right into the pool hot tub area.
That's fun.
So you walked into the pool?
I've never seen anything like that.
Oh, the Heritage Inn in Moose Jaw, Saskatchewan has that.
Really?
Let me tell you. Yeah.
I was blown away. Like
it's a room with a view.
I want to go back to this hotel just to experience like walking from my room, right? Like the hot tub was straight up right outside my door.
And you didn't notice because you got in there late and it was dark and you didn't really look outside.
Yeah. Cause I was like,
you just had to get right back to bed.
So it kind of wakes you up 5:30 in the morning. I'm like tired. I open up the curtains, open up the door and I'm like, holy fuck, I'm at the pool. It's weird.
So you parked the car in the pool?
Pretty much.
All right.
And then the same night shift guy is there because we checked in so late and then checked out so early in the morning. So when I went to the front desk, Amber's checking out and you could tell the guy's kind of like, wow, you guys were here for like 5.5 hours.
You're like, yeah, you're called a road stop.
Yeah.
Renting a room by the hour.
I'm a male prostitute.
Yeah. That's reeks of that.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. You guys were talking about how much there is to do in Edmonton.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously Riverhawks. There's a ton of sports that go on in the summer now. It used to feel like before. It feels like before.
K-Days is on.
Yeah, K-Days is on. The Elks are still kicking around. The Riverhawks, Stingers. Like there's so many. The Eddies. So many sports going on. But also in August 2022, IIHF World Junior Hockey Championships are coming. Tickets start as low as $40. You can check out some of the best prospects in the world.
Connor Bedard.
The Connor Bedard show is coming to town.
Yeah.
So anyway, shout out to the 2022 IIHF WJHC. Put your shades on. The future's bright and it's summertime.
This is so
they
weird.
didn't tell you to say that, did they?
Why are they here?
It's the World Juniors in August.
Jesus Christ, Chalmers.
Why?
Because the last one got canceled.
Because of COVID.
Oh, yeah, over Christmas.
It is.
Yeah, whatever.
Jesus.
That took you a second.
That is an impressive level of ignorance right there.
To what? I don't remember. That was 6 months ago.
What's that noise?
Oh, God.
A lot of stuff's happened in 6 months.
Yeah. There's a lot of stuff happening for sure.
Okay, good. Well, they're here. Cool.
Yep. It's very neat. What do we have for time? 48 minutes.
Are we going to go to so? I was trying to buy tickets to those games.
I don't believe you.
Yeah.
To something you didn't know that was happening?
No. In Christmas, at Christmas.
Oh, yeah.
Remember we were trying to buy the big packages.
Yeah, that was weird. Yeah, that whole time. Yeah. We went to the Austria game and it was when they were only allowing they said half capacity, but I swear it was like 10% capacity. It was so weird.
Do we all look back on that now and just think, what the hell were we doing?
Whatever.
I don't know. We don't want to get into that talk, but
no. What we were doing at that time was important because we didn't know what the hell was going on.
Yeah. I'm with you, Charles. I think back to that first summer when you remember you'd go golfing and the pool noodle would be in the cup.
Yep.
I kind of look back at that now and I'm like, we're probably a little misguided there. That didn't make a ton of sense, but we know more now.
We know more now.
We evolve as a society. Anything else?
I don't know. There's only so much to talk about in July, and I don't think anybody's kept up on Big Brother.
So I missed last night's episode. I'm caught up to that.
Oh, I've only watched episode 1 of Big Brother.
It's good. It's a good season.
It's that's not helpful.
Well,
to talk about it.
Yeah, it definitely has me intrigued.
I'm there. I'm in.
But the same shit is happening.
Doesn't matter.
In the sense of a big move's being discussed and doesn't get pulled off.
Yep.
Like it's too early.
They chickened out.
Too early. A game.
You'll see though. Gotta get caught up.
Shit.
Gotta get caught up, everybody.
I have not seen last night's.
I'm gonna try
2-hour extravaganza.
There's just
really
last night's.
What I like about it, and I don't know if Bagmook that you on the same page, but there is people in the house that I really like.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really dislike anybody, but I already have people that I mean, there's people I don't like.
Yeah, there's
a lot,
people I don't like already.
But there's like the people that I. Pooch he's an idiot. But they're
a fucking idiot.
Fucking idiot.
But he's our idiot.
Like, you know what the best kind of idiots are though? Is the ones that think they're the genius while they're being the idiot.
Yes, it's the best.
That's the fucking best, man. Like,
you make the best TV.
If you're being it's just
the thing I liked about him, because I just watched the first episode, and Liam and Lot watched the first episode last night too. We didn't watch it together.
He is now a BB Scout.
Head BB Scout. The intro videos, they always, like hype themselves up, right? Like you need to explain yourself in the most impressive way. Yeah. And there's that when it was Pooch, and he's like, I'm a college football coach, blah, blah, blah. And he goes, people look at me, they think I'm all brawn. But, I got my degree in sports management. There's brain up there. And I was like, come on, like no disrespect to that. But can you imagine if I did it? And I was like, people look at me, they just think I'm an athlete. I'm a young kid, but I got my radio degree. Like that's not
my communications degree.
Yeah, like that's not impressive. Like that doesn't mean you're smart, is what I should say. Like, or in Big Brother, it doesn't mean you're smart.
It doesn't mean you're going to be some sort of like
genius,
tactical wizard there, Pooch.
Yeah,
and you have proved them right.
Well, now I'm excited to see how he fucks up.
Oh,
well, yeah, it's just yeah.
This season's good,
but so the people. Far. What I was saying was the people that I really like. Like there's a couple that I'm rooting for that I and you can kind of get the sense of who you think is going to go further. But right now,
I don't know names yet.
I don't know names either.
Like,
so I find that there's just like a handful of people that are already, I mean, it happens every year where they're playing real hard, real early.
Yeah. Paloma was when she did her thing. Like, I can't fuck Tyler watch spoiler.
I know. I'll crush it. I'm sorry. All right. I'll get caught up in it.
Did Wanye leave?
Yep.
Is that what that means?
Yep.
So it's just Big Brother talk.
So, no, we got, we have to talk about Toronto. We've got 4 spots remaining.
Mm-hmm.
4.
Mm-hmm.
When do you guys leave?
August 12th to 15th.
Charles, come on.
Charles. Don't be Pooch. Come on the trip.
We leave Friday. We're back Monday.
It's the perfect crime.
Yeah,
just tell your clients you got COVID.
At this point, they wouldn't
That's
care.
where we are at in this whole thing. Yeah. It's just like, just tell me if COVID.
I can't.
Easy 5 days off.
I am.
Nah.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Baseball?
I'm going to Calgary. I am in Calgary for my nephew who is leaving for the golf scholarship, is having his 18th birthday party and going away party because he leaves.
You take him to Singapore Sam's?
Yeah, I got a whole no, we've got a whole thing going on, so it's kind of a big deal. I mean,
then I can, if you're taking him to Singapore Sam's, then at least you're doing.
Yeah, well, I will for sure.
My niece and her boyfriend were just down in Calgary for the Stampede, and I was just like, if you get a chance, you should go to Singapore Sam's.
Do you know what I love about the Stampede? So
they had never been before, no idea what's going on. I was just like, but if you're gonna go, don't go until well past midnight. They're like, what? Okay, and then they walked in there and saw. In all its glory, Singapore Sam's.
That's maximum glory.
Yeah,
is Stampede.
But how do you explain that scene to somebody who's never been there?
I don't know. It's a restaurant.
That
is a nightclub.
Turns into just a shit show.
2 a.m.
Yeah. So
you can dance on the table. Yeah. Nobody cares what you do with the food.
Lines, there's food flying all over the place. There's table dancing. It is the biggest after bar vibe I have ever been a part of.
Chaos.
That's the one thing Calgary has that we don't.
That's why I love.
We could so easily have it. We
got an all happy family, but the same thing doesn't happen there. You go there to eat the food, and sure, it might get a little it's boisterous, but it's not It's not Singapore Sam's wild.
Well, that's why I loved hearing the feedback because they saw it. They went in around 1 a.m.
Yeah.
They're like,
So
they're like, why was there a bouncer outside? I'm like, that's what we're talking
That's
about.
exactly because they need to, because it's spicy. Well, plus also gets lined up to the moon, especially during Stampede.
So last weekend we were in Sylvan for baseball, and on Saturday night
Sylvan's
the parents.
best. I want to go.
It was awesome. Yeah, we had a little lobby party, as one does, and a bunch of the parents sitting around. And there's not much on TV these days. There wasn't even an Elks game, but there's a TV there, and we've got control of the thing. And you know what was on? Calgary Stampede Rodeo. And what was funny was one person had a comment with the Calgary Stampede is an actual rodeo. And I was like, it is only a rodeo. Actually, it's like the biggest rodeo one of the biggest rodeos in North America. Even got a shout out on Yellowstone.
Oh,
Remember?
yeah.
When he says, hey, Lloyd, what's the best rodeos you've ever been? Oh, the one Calgary, Alberta, Canada. There's nothing like it. Remember he says that.
Yeah.
But we watched it all and it's fucking exhilarating. Like we watched, they were doing what would amount to being like Jays in 30. They were doing like the Stampede in 30.
Oh, that's cool.
And it was they had,
Did you start dancing on tables?
Barrel riding. No, they frowned upon that at the old lobby bar, but still it was awesome. Like it just, Calgary Stampede has a rodeo. Who knew?
I watched 2 days ago. My nephew, he's 12, 13. And I'm like, you pick a movie that we want to watch. And he said, he's like, my dad has always talked about Good Will Hunting. I want to watch Good Will Hunting, which is great. It's a great movie.
Great movie.
But it's so interesting to see a young Rip.
Yeah. Yeah, he's one of the Southies.
Because he's skinnier. He's like, just doesn't look like he looks way more friendlier, obviously, than Yellowstone Rip. But I thought that was interesting, anyways.
Great movie too.
The one thing about also about the rodeo, the one thing I noticed was their names. Their names are amazing.
They are on brand.
Tough Hedeman.
Yeah.
Chase Outlaw.
Fuck yeah.
Cheyenne Manson. I don't know what their last names are.
Fuck yeah.
But like their first names are just, it's all Cheyenne, Tufts, Chases.
Guy Cowboy out there riding bulls.
Yeah, Guy Cowboy.
Buck.
Fuck
A lot of Dwaynes.
Rip.
Hell yeah.
A lot of Dwaynes. Oh, it's great.
Hell yeah.
Anyways.
Colt.
Oh, Colt
probably a
he
Colt.
rides a buck.
Probably a Colt.
Oh yeah.
Your Chuck? What do you got for us?
I was watching a video on the Oilers Instagram of Connor McDavid on a par 3.
Oh, how's the swing? Ooh,
nice.
Jinx.
It's all right. I mean, who am I to critique someone's golf swing?
You know what we forgot to mention
He
too?
did say he's not a big golfer today.
We
Yeah, it
forgot
looks
to
like
give
he
a shout out to our favorite listener too.
Oh, yeah. We
about the
ran
Riverhawks.
into the captain.
We saw the this
Captain's
time we
in
saw him. Captain was at the Riverhawks game running the bases. And me and Jay are standing there and he's running the bases with his beer bat that he got just because Jay told him to get one.
Well, you got to.
Oh,
I
he
mean,
got it.
And he
It's
was
the best thing you can do.
running around. So we ran, we didn't really run the bases. I mean, a couple people, man, when the adults start running the bases and kids don't really know where they're supposed to be, there's a couple kids that almost got trucked straight up from two adults racing.
Coming in hot.
Got to have your head on a swivel.
Oh, yeah. That was a crazy collision at home plate.
Yeah.
Gonna play in traffic.
And then the two guys that were the idiots got booed by everyone in the stands. It was great. And the dad picked up his daughter and put her on her shoulders because she was kind of upset. And then all the fans started cheering for her and she got so happy. It was a very, very awesome moment. Once again,
Captain Felton,
Riverhawks.
something about him, I don't get. He's an anomaly. He's everywhere. He's like always in Edmonton. He's always in like his home. He's a traveler. I'd like, Captain, do you work?
He is the wind.
Does he have yeah, he is.
Well, he's a captain.
Just like, I'm going to go to Edmonton and go to a Riverhawks game.
Yeah.
Why
Take
not?
my private plane. He must
What else
be
you gonna
fucking loaded.
He's a captain. Yeah.
He's the captain. Anyways,
Anyone else you'd like to speculate on their earnings? You did Liam, you did the captain.
speculate on their earnings.
Yeah.
No.
Anyone else just kind of floating around? You want to know how much they make?
Oh yeah, you got it.
No.
It's like a Chalmers on cap friendly, but for everyday people where you can just go on there and see what their income is. There's something.
Personpedia.
There's something I wanted to plug. We did the Toronto trip. We got 4 spots left for that. We did the Mosaic team.
Yep.
If you want in on that, email me. I want to tell people we need more reviews of our show.
Yeah.
If you enjoy the show, whether you're on Apple, Spotify,
Or if
whatever
you don't.
Has there
Yeah, or if you
been
don't,
any,
I
has there
don't
been
care.
any
If
new
If you
ones
want to
lately?
chirp Chalmers, scolding hot Chalmers rips on the reviews, please.
It's getting to that point of the summer where we need some stuff to talk about. So please go leave us a review, and whatever you put in the review, I will read it. If you can give us a 5-star review, that'd be even
Tell us if
better.
you're chum in or chum out on the podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah. The last one was from May 3rd.
Yeah. Like we need more. So
And then the one before that was November 13th.
Guys, it's super funny.
Love the banter.
Love the banter.
But like we need more reviews on Apple, Spotify, whatever. I get them all kind of aggregated to me. So no matter where you leave them, I think I'll get them. Please leave us a review. We'd appreciate it.
Yeah, do it. Come at us in there too.
April 3rd, 20. Oh, wait. They're kind of out of order here.
Yeah, they kind of get sporadic.
April 3rd, 2022. I stopped listening to this cast when Chalmers started appearing. It's been a long time since I checked in and thought to myself, sure enough, this guy has to be gone by now, right? Nope, he's still there. And this cast is still unbearable because of it.
I like
Yes.
the idea.
Who is this guy? What is his name? Ruggin Ruffinatif. He doesn't even put your
That's
real
my
name.
burner
Put
account.
your name on it. Put your name on it.
I've tried listening to this podcast, but these guys drone on and on about nothing.
That's the whole point of it.
That's it?
You nailed it.
Oh, yeah. They spend more time talking about tacos and getting drunk than they do about the Oilers.
We talked about
tacos and getting drunk today.
We did do a lot of this talk. We opened up with this talk, so deal with that.
We were talking about tacos today, and that review is from November. So we talk about tacos a lot. it
Clearly.
seems.
What happens? Whatever.
Taco in a bag.
Anyways.
Get it in you.
Oh, yeah, we actually 2 taco references.
Tacos came up a lot today.
Taco in a bag.
What does he want us to talk? Just Oilers?
Yes. It's an Oilers.
Like we did that for 20 minutes and we pretty much exhausted everything there was.
Yeah. Like, I mean, right now, what else do you want to do? Like, there's just
Moves. Bolster the blue line. Let's go.
bolster
I wanna
our
know-
podcast ratings.
Which guy's getting after it right now? Late July?
What do you
Like
mean?
drinking.
I think you're starting to, I think it's probably like the last
They're
week.
starting to clamp down. Well, yeah, they'll start clamping down.
Like who's got the
Mid-August.
NHL version of the Sunday Scaries?
Well, you know what's
They're
funny?
doing they're going hard 5 days a week, and they're going heavy 2 nights a week.
Have you guys not noticed that it always comes out in like there's always one guy every year in the NFL who shows up to like OTAs and it's like this person's overweight. This year it's Leonard Fournette. He got dragged.
Oh, he
after
got
showing
ripped
up.
and he's like buying into it now. He thinks it's so funny.
Yeah. Did you guys also see AJ Dillon take it like de-heading that mascot?
That was so good.
Oh,
Oh my God. This guy, so he was interviewed on a podcast I listened to the next day. He's 150 pounds. He's 19 years old. He's about 5'10". He's in a mascot costume and he agrees to do the Oklahoma drill with AJ Dillon. AJ Dillon is a former running back for the Green Bay Packers and what could be described as a tank of a man.
Mm-hmm.
He's a brick fucking wall. And for anybody that doesn't know the Oklahoma drill, 2 men stand on or lay on their backs about 10 feet away from each other, 15 feet. And at the whistle, they get up. One guy has a ball, one guy does not, and they run at each other. How did this guy think this was going to end when he had AJ Dillon?
Maybe he thought AJ Dillon was going to take it easy on him.
AJ Dillon told
Padding
him
of the mascot
before
costume.
that he was not going to take it easy on him.
Or maybe
what did he
thought-
get out of it though? What did the mascot get?
Got
million
clapped.
views
He
on
went
TikTok.
Viral. Yeah. He was on national syndicated radio shows.
Oh, maybe
His head flew off. He said it was the worst moment of his life when his head flew off and all he could think about was getting the head back on.
His mascot head.
Yeah. It's a real no-no.
As a former mascot myself, I feel for him.
Yeah, me too.
Yep.
The guild.
If you haven't seen it, go look at it. It is insanity.
All right, we're going to wrap this thing up. Shout out to Alfa Romeo of Edmonton, Cattail Crossing. They're hosting the golf tournament again. We got mosaic spots. You can email me, Tyler@OilersNation.com if you're interested in those. DoorDash, Oodle Noodle, and the 2022 IIHF World Junior Hockey Championships. And of course, our title sponsor, the HGA Group. Chalmers, it was great to have you back in studio.
Yeah, it's good to be back.
I feel like there's some people that aren't happy that you're back.
Yeah, he doesn't like it.
Suck it.
I hope this is the one he checked in.
Thanks for listening.
Sorry. I fired
He's
the
like
button.
3 episodes in a row. The guy's gone. We did it. We fucking did it.
Gotcha.
We'll be back on Thursday with episode 400.
Thanks for listening to another episode of the Real Life Podcast. Don't want to miss any of our nonsense? Hit the subscribe button and give us a follow on Twitter and Instagram.